Ini adalah kisah nyata cinta luar biasa dari pasangan suami istri yang menghadapi kenyataan dalam kasus yang paling jarang terjadi dan mungkin satu-satunya kasus terparah yang pernah ada di dunia. Walau pada awalnya begitu menyakitkan, namun rasa cinta keduanya dan terlebih kesabaran dan kesetiaan sang istri yang tiada tara membuat pernikahan tak biasa ini tetap bertahan. Ikutilah kisah nyata dalam kasus pernikahan yang tak biasa seorang musisi ternama dan karismatik ini dengan belahan jiwanya. Selengkapnya sesaat lagi hanya di YouTube K Channel, Membuka Jendela Dunia.
I can't imagine anything worse. Must be really frightening.
That's what it's been like. Just like death.
I can't imagine anything more frightening. Must be like a nightmare.
Pernikahan adalah suatu bentuk keseriusan dalam langkah terpuji dari sebuah hubungan antara pria dan wanita di atas janji suci di hadapan Tuhan untuk menciptakan kebahagiaan dengan saling mencintai, saling mengasihi, membentuk keluarga dan hidup menua bersama hingga maut memisahkan. Begitupun halnya dengan pasangan suami istri ini. Namun pernikahan mereka menghadapi kasus yang tak biasa yang menguji cinta mereka. Kasusnya tersebut menjadi kasus terparah pertama yang ada di dunia. Clive Wearing, pria yang lahir pada 11 Mei 1938 ini adalah musisi ulung, konduktor ternama yang karismatik di Inggris. Karirnya begitu cemerlang di dunia musik. Ia tak hanya tampil di London, tapi ia juga menyuguhkan musik di BBC. Dan salah satunya untuk hari pernikahan kerajaan antara Pangeran Charles dan Putri Diana pada tahun 1981. Dan memberikan penampilan musik terbaiknya di Katedral Rusia. Tak hanya itu saja, Clive juga mendirikan Europe Singers of London, sebuah paduan suara yang banyak tampil di berbagai pertunjukan eksklusif yang dipentaskan di London Opera Centre. Dan di antara penyanyi dari paduan suara itu, ada seorang gadis bernama Deborah yang mengaku kagum dan jatuh cinta pada Clive kala pertama kali ia bertemu.
He was charismatic, he was a giant intellect and yet very modest and humble and sweet and funny.
Rupanya Clive juga memendam perasaan yang sama dengan Deborah. Lalu setelah 6 tahun mereka saling mengenal, akhirnya pada tahun 1983, Deborah yang kala itu berusia 25 tahun, dinikahi Clive Wearing yang berusia 44 tahun, seorang duda dengan 3 anak. Clive dan Deborah menjadi pasangan suami istri yang dikenal sangat romantis dalam mengungkapkan rasa cinta dan kasih sayang mereka. Clive dan Deborah juga menjadi pasangan yang saling mendukung karir masing-masing dalam dunia musik. Clive yang perokok berat dikenal sebagai musisi ulung yang idealis dan bekerja keras tanpa mengenal waktu dan tanpa mengenal lelah. Hingga banyak teman-temannya yang mengingatkan Clive untuk tidak terlalu diforsir dalam bekerja.
Everybody used to say to him, Clive, slow down. He couldn't.
Hingga suatu ketika pada 29 Maret 1985, karena kelelahan, Clive pingsan dan suhu badannya panas, di mana sebelumnya ia mengeluh sakit kepala. Deborah yang merasa cemas kini merasa lebih tenang setelah dokter memeriksanya. Namun beberapa jam kemudian saat Deborah masuk ke kamar untuk melihat keadaan suaminya yang tertidur, namun ia kaget Clive sudah tidak ada, baik di kamar maupun di rumahnya.
I went into the bedroom. The bed was empty, and I knew something terrible had happened.
Ia lantas menghubungi teman-temannya untuk mencari Clive. Namun mereka tidak mengetahui keberadaan Clive. Deborah semakin gelisah dan ia menjadi panik saat polisi menghubunginya untuk memberitahu bahwa suaminya Clive sedang berada di kantor polisi. Saat itu juga Deborah langsung pergi menuju kantor polisi. Sesampainya di sana, pihak kepolisian mengatakan bahwa Clive tengah berada dalam taksi. Ia ingin diantarkan pulang ke rumahnya. Namun Clive kebingungan karena ia tidak ingat di mana rumahnya. Lantas sopir taksi mengantarkan Clive ke kantor polisi.
Clive had gone out, fully dressed with his overcoat and a copy of the Times under his arm, hailed a cab, but couldn't remember where he lived. He wanted to go home and he couldn't remember where he lived. And the cab driver had dropped him at West Hampstead police station.
Begitupun ketika Deborah membawa Clive pulang ke rumah mereka. Clive mengatakan ia baru tahu rumahnya saat mereka sampai di rumah. Dari sana Deborah merasakan ada sesuatu yang salah dengan Clive. Sang suami telah benar-benar berubah. Clive sudah tidak ingat lagi siapa dirinya. Ia telah lupa segala hal tentang masa lalunya. Bahkan ia juga lupa pembicaraan atau perkataan dari setengah menit sebelumnya.
We took him home and Clive went to walk past the gate and I stopped him and I said, "No, it's here." And he said, "Oh, is this where we live?" And I said, "Yes." And he didn't recognise the building. This house, what is
Never
this
seen
house?
it before.
What does this place mean to
I don't know. It doesn't mean anything. I've never seen it before. Hello?
Do you think you've ever been here before?
No.
Yang ia ingat hanya Deborah, bahwa ia jatuh cinta padanya. Ia tahu bahwa mereka sudah menikah, tapi tidak tahu kapan mereka menikah.
So does Clive know his name?
Yes.
Does he know how old he is?
No.
Does he know where you live?
No. No idea.
Does he know your job?
No. No idea.
Does he know the day of the week?
No.
Does he know the date?
No.
Can he read a book?
No, because he can't remember the sentence before last.
They told me you were arriving. Welcome to Earth.
He knows me. He might not remember anything about me, but he knows me. He knows what I'm like. He knows that we are married. He does not remember the wedding.
And what does it mean to you when Deborah can't come and visit?
I don't know what I've been thinking when she's not here. I'd never seen her before either.
Clive juga tahu bahwa ia telah memiliki 3 anak dari istri pertamanya. Namun, ia tidak pernah ingat nama-nama mereka.
And why have you stayed away for 7 years?
It's too painful.
Who is that
It's one of
photograph?
my sons. I can't remember his name.
He was just crying all the time. You'd come in and you'd say, "Oh, hi, I'm your son." "You're my son, I don't recognise you." And then he'd be crying again. I never dared to ask him what my name is. I don't know if that's my fear for him or my fear for myself, but I've never asked him what my name is. He knows I'm his son.
Hello.
Oh, well done. Dad, how are you? Yeah, very pleased to see a human being for the first time.
What do you think life's been like for your father?
Hell. I can't imagine anything worse. Must be really frightening. To be constantly waking up to something that you don't recognise. You know, every 7 seconds or however long that he can remember anything for. To sort of turn around and, where am I? And you do it again and you don't know where you are. I can't imagine anything more frightening. It must be like a nightmare.
Dan satu lagi yang diingatnya, bahwa dia mencintai musik dan tahu cara memainkan piano. Selebihnya, tidak ada lagi yang bisa diingatnya.
When you miss your old life, you say, yes, I miss my old life. What do you miss?
The fact that I was a musician.
What can he remember?
He remembers about things. He remembers how to play the piano, so he has his skills.
Mungkin sobat semua pernah menonton sebuah film Hollywood populer berjudul 50 First Date yang dibintangi oleh Drew Barrymore dan Adam Sandler. Dalam film ini mengisahkan sang istri yang terkena amnesia parah, yang sama sekali tidak mengingat apapun, termasuk tidak lagi mengingat suaminya. Di mana ingatannya hanya bertahan 1 hari saja. Setiap ia bangun tidur, ia kembali tak ingat apapun. Dan kisah nyata yang satu ini lebih parah dari film tersebut, di mana sang suami tidak mengingat apapun tentang dirinya, masa lalunya, dan apa yang terjadi dalam beberapa menit lalu, karena ingatannya hanya bertahan 7 hingga 30 detik saja.
These messages were recorded on Deborah's answer phone minutes after she'd left him.
Can you come and see me, please? The clue what happened.
Deborah visited Clive daily, but he couldn't remember her being there.
I don't care how late it is. Come to me at midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't mind. I just love you, and I want you to come as soon as you can, please, darling. Take care. I love you. I haven't seen you yet, and I want to. Please come, darling. Bye-bye.
Hasil diagnosa oleh dokter di rumah sakit St. Mary Paddington, di mana ia dirawat, mengatakan bahwa Clive Wearing mengalami kasus amnesia terparah yang ada di dunia. Ia menderita amnesia anterograde dan retrograde kronis karena terjangkit virus herpes simplex yang menyerang sistem saraf pusat. Sejak itu, dia tidak dapat menyimpan kenangan baru, tidak mampu mengendalikan emosinya, menunjukkan suasana hati yang tidak stabil. Ia sama sekali tidak dapat membentuk ingatan baru yang bertahan lama. Ingatannya hanya berlangsung 7 hingga 30 detik saja. Untuk sobat semua, sebelum lanjut ada baiknya untuk mengklik terlebih dahulu tombol like, share, dan subscribe, serta tombol notifikasinya, agar tak ketinggalan update kisah nyata tak biasa dari K-Channel selanjutnya.
Well. No surprise. Isn't that? It's a smashing surprise.
So how are you feeling this morning?
I'm conscious for the first time. It's the first time I've seen anybody at all.
You've not been conscious before?
No.
I've been here before this morning.
I haven't seen you before.
No, you haven't?
No. I've not seen anything at all before. Been completely blind the whole time.
Good heavens above!
Well, darling.
Hello. You surprised to see me?
Well, the first time I've seen anybody at all. You're the first person I've seen.
You have not seen me before this morning?
No, I've never seen anything the whole time I've been ill. No black and white, nothing.
Do you remember me arriving?
No. I don't remember any arrival at all. I don't remember writing any of that at all. Nothing to do with me consciously.
Ketika awal Clive berada dalam perawatan rumah sakit, ia berubah menjadi pemarah karena ia merasa menjadi asing. Ia merasa marah karena tidak bisa mengingat apapun. Bahkan ia merasa baru bertemu dengan manusia yang belum pernah ia temui sebelumnya ketika ia bertemu orang. Ia mengatakan seperti hidup dalam kematian.
What's been wrong? Can you just tell me what the illness would be? I mean, I really can't get to this.
But
I'm actually conscious now for the first time. I just want to find out what the bloody hell they've been doing, what's been wrong with me. Because I haven't a clue. No. Oh, for heaven's sake, use your intelligence, for heaven's sake. I haven't read the bloody thing. Well, use your intelligence.
Clive gets extraordinarily angry. And who wouldn't?
Clive kemudian terobsesi untuk terus mencari tahu apa yang telah terjadi padanya. Namun, ia tidak menemukan apa-apa. Setiap kali ia tersadar dalam ingatan baru, ia menuliskan di buku hariannya, berikut dengan jamnya. Namun kemudian ia mencoretnya setelah ia kembali tersadar dalam ingatan barunya lagi, bahwa ia tidak merasa menulis itu sebelumnya.
I said, "Can you write it?" I said, "Just write quickly. Why are you crying?" And he wrote, "I am completely incapable of thinking."
Or do you kiss all women like that?
Of course. You know I love you. I don't kiss anybody
Yes, I
else.
do know. I do know. You've written it all over your diary. Look. People's entries in the diary are rubbish. What does that mean?
I've no idea.
Did you write that?
I've no conscious knowledge of it at all, no. You're showing it me now for the first time.
But is it your handwriting?
Yes, it is. But I know nothing about it at all.
So how do you think it got there?
I do. I presume the doctors don't know.
But you must...
No, I haven't. I haven't seen the book at all till now.
Yeah. First time I've seen my writing. First time I've seen my room, first time I've seen human beings.
Because he didn't remember. He'd write it in his diary, but he'd turn over the page and start writing the next day.
Hello.
Are you from Hollywood?
No, I'm not from Hollywood.
She's behind you,
I
they
see.
say in the pantomime.
Are you from Buckingham Palace?
Oh, I'm not from Buckingham Palace. Hello, Mr. Waring.
Are you from Buckingham Palace?
I'm not from Buckingham Palace. Don't you remember me from yesterday?
Yeah.
No.
I've never seen a human being since I've been known.
Oh, my name's Tara.
What a wonderful name.
You know that I met you just a few minutes ago?
No, I've never seen anyone.
No, I've spotted your diary over there.
I've never seen a diary since I've been ill.
Setelah 8 tahun Deborah bersabar dan setia menjaga dan menerima keadaan suaminya, ia kemudian menemukan satu titik bahwa ia merasa tak mampu lagi hidup dalam kenyataan yang menyakitkan baginya. Deborah mulai memikirkan tentang dirinya. Ia ingin memiliki hidup yang normal, teratur, mengembangkan karirnya, menikah, memiliki anak dan membentuk keluarga. Dan akhirnya Deborah mengemasi barang-barangnya. Ia memutuskan untuk memulai hidup baru. Ia pergi meninggalkan Clive menuju Amerika Serikat dan tinggal di sebuah apartemen di kota New York.
It's like being a wife and a widow simultaneously. I lost Clive, or most of Clive, 3 years ago. Because without consciousness, he's in many senses dead.
Kemudian pada tahun 1994, ia mengajukan gugatan cerai pada Clive Waring. Setelah Clive dipindahkan ke rumah perawatan jangka panjang yang tepat. Selama tinggal di Amerika Serikat, Deborah mengikuti lokakarya menulis dan bergaul dengan para seniman di sana. Ia juga mencoba hubungan baru dengan seorang aktor bernama John. Namun Deborah tak menemukan sosok Clive dari pria itu. Ia merasa hatinya kosong. Ia tersadar bahwa hidupnya hampa tanpa Clive. Ia benar-benar mencintai Clive. Walaupun Clive telah berubah karena virus yang menggerogoti otaknya, namun masih ada sisi Clive yang ada pada diri Clive, yakni Clive yang masih mengingat Deborah, wanita yang sangat dicintai Clive. Akhirnya, Deborah kembali ke Inggris. Ia kembali untuk Clive dan memperbaiki janji pernikahannya dengan Clive. Bagi Deborah, tidak ada yang lebih penting dari cinta. Ia akan mengabdi dan menerima keadaan Clive saat ini.
and I needed to get as far away as possible.
But by leaving England, you're leaving Clive, the love of your life. I mean, was that...
I had to. It was too painful.
So what brought you back?
Clive. That there was nothing more important than love.
Do you think of your relationship with him as a husband and wife, or is it mother and child?
Oh no, husband and wife. It's a marriage, although it's obviously apart. It's quite an unusual marriage, let's say.
Walaupun pernikahan Deborah dan Clive kini tidak serumah, yang berjarak sekitar 2 jam jauhnya menuju ke rumah perawatan Clive, Deborah selalu mengunjungi Clive dan memperlakukan Clive dengan penuh kesabaran dan rasa cinta yang dalam. Ia rela berkencan setiap 30 detik sekali dengan Clive setiap kali ia mengunjunginya, karena Clive selalu merasa baru bertemu lagi dengan Deborah dan jatuh cinta pada Deborah. Setiap 30 detik, ingatannya menghilang dan membentuk ingatan baru.
Have you always loved Deborah as much as you love her today?
Oh, yeah. She's wonderful.
If you could do anything now, if you had free choice, what would you do next?
I would gin and tonic, I think. With a cigarette. And her rival. I think you're the best angel on earth. How do you feel? Are you from Buckingham Palace?
No, unfortunately. I wish.
Dan tak terasa, sudah lebih dari 20 tahun Deborah dengan sabar dan setia menjalani pernikahannya yang tak biasa ini dengan suami yang dicintainya, Clive.
I've let myself in. First time I've seen a human being. I've never seen a human being of any kind whatever.
Well, that's 20 years.
I don't know what it's like. I've never seen anything for 20 years.
Well, Deborah will be here in a minute.
Yes, I've never seen her since I've been ill. How many years have I been unconscious?
You've been ill for 20 years.
Can you imagine what's like one night 20 years long? With no dreams and no thoughts. The brain has been totally inactive, day and night, exactly the same. There's no difference between this and death.
So are you an unhappy man?
Of course I am. I've never seen a human being before. Never heard a note. Never seen anything at all. Day and night exactly the same, with no dreams of any kind.
What would you like to do now?
A drink of coffee.
You'd like a drink of coffee?
Can I have one?
Yes, of course.
Oh, can you imagine it's right to have one night 20 years long? With no dream? That's what it's been like. Just like death. You're the first human beings I've seen, 3 of you. No difference in day and night, no thoughts at all, no dreams. Day and night, the same blank. Precisely like death. Exactly the same as being dead, which is not difficult, is it? To be dead is easy. You don't do anything at all. You can't do anything when you're dead. It's been the same. Exactly.
Deborah juga menulis buku tentang kehidupan suaminya yang berjudul Forever Today atau Selamanya Hari Ini. Ia juga bekerja untuk Asosiasi Amnesia, NHS, badan amal yang memiliki rekomendasi khusus untuk orang yang menderita cedera otak. Kisah nyata Clive Wearing banyak diangkat ke film dokumenter di berbagai acara televisi, di antaranya di Inggris, Amerika Serikat, dan Australia.
What do you think my job is?
Running the United Nations.
No, really, what do you think it is? Guess.
Head of the United Nations. No, I don't know.
Because we're on another plane, Clive and I.
Do you know that we're making a film about you?
No, that's news to me.
You're being filmed for a television programme.
Oh no! Oh, dear.
Because you're very famous.
Oh, likely story. You're full of jokes, aren't you? Are you two laughing as well?
About 20 years ago, a film was made about you.
Oh no.
And 20 years on, we're making a new film about you. Because millions of people watched the film and wanted to know how you were.
Good heavens.
So millions of people know you.
How embarrassing. Ooh, they know too much about me now, don't they?
Kisah nyata K Channel kali ini referensi dari The Real Story of Clive Wearing, UK, The Real 51st Date, 60 Minutes, Australia, The Guardian, UK, dan The Mind, Second Editions, The Case of Clive Wearing. Bagaimana menurut Sobat K semua? Silahkan berbagi pendapatnya yang tentunya dengan sikap bijak dalam menerima berita dari berbagai media baik dari luar negeri maupun dalam negeri ke kolom komentar. Dan jangan lewatkan berita lainnya yang berbeda selanjutnya di K Channel.